Construct a Venn diagram to represent the results of a survey. A survey asks 200 people to choose between Coke, Pepsi, or both. 87 people like Coke, 94 like Pepsi, and 17 like both. Draw a Venn diagram to determine how many people like neither. All right, so first, I've got myself a Venn diagram. So this whole rectangle is all 200 people. We know we have Pepsi and we have Coke, noted by P and C. They tell us that 87 like Coke, that's the entire Coke circle. 94 like Pepsi, that's the entire Pepsi circle. Where we're going to start is the 17 like both. So we need that shared element space to be 17. So now think this through. If 87 like Coke and 17 are part of the shared space, that means 70 are Coke only. For Pepsi, if I have 94 total, 17 is in shared space, then 77 is Pepsi only. So that's kind of the first piece, using the information that I have. Now I know that there's 200 people total. Well, I have 77 Pepsi, 17 shared, and 70 Coke only. When I add those three together, I get 164 people. Well, I had 200 surveyed. So if I subtract the 164 already taken care of, that means 36 is left. So 36 people are going to be outside of the set circles. So they're still in the universal set of people that I surveyed, but they are not part of that initial piece. All right, so now I'm going to do a challenge problem. So if that made sense, go for it. I'm moving on. But if you want to be challenged a little bit, stick around. So 75 students signed up for classes. We're talking math, science, and history only. 46 took math, 52 science, 43 history. 18 took math and science. 7 signed up for science and history, while 3 chose math and history. If 61 took total math or science, 67 total took math or history, and 69 total took science or history, how many signed up for all 3 courses? Okay, so think this through. We've got 3. We have math, we have science, and we have history. Now, we're going to come back. Math, that's the entire math circle. Science circle, history circle. Okay, so let's start with what we know. 18, math and science. So that's here. Science and history, that's here. 3, math and history. Okay. So now, hold on a minute. I'm going to call this X because I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm trying to find. How many signed up for all 3 courses? And then I have math standalone, science standalone, and history standalone. So this one is getting into some, what's where I'm looking at, some equations here, right? So if I know, I'm going to start using everything I know. 46 took math. That means math plus 18 plus 3 plus x equals 46. Well, this right here is 21. So if I subtract 21 from both sides, math plus x is 25. Okay, so these 2 numbers here have to add up to 25. Okay, so now 52 in science. So I can do the same thing with science. Science plus 18 plus 7 plus x is 52. Okay, so let's subtract 25. So science plus x is 27. Whew. Okay, well, let's just do history while we're here. History plus 3 plus 7 plus x is 43. Subtract 10. History plus x is 33. You can see why I said this is going to be a challenge. Okay, I want to put these 3 equations on the next page. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I have my 3 equations, and now we come back. Okay, so now if you say, well, what else do we know? Because that's not enough. 61 total took math or science. So that's this whole piece. So that's math plus science plus X plus 3 plus 18 plus 7 equals 61. Okay. 3 plus 7 plus 18, that's 28. So let's subtract 28 from both sides. And I get math plus science plus X equals 61 minus 28 is 33. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't need this. So I'm going to erase it. And bear with me, because you say, well, there's more information. Yeah, but watch. I now know that I can write each of these equations in terms of X. Okay? Or in terms of the variable m to get X by itself. Okay, so if I say, how do I get m by itself? Well, I subtract X from both sides. So m equals 25 minus X. S, if I subtract X, S equals 27 minus X. I can use the substitution method. I can take 25 minus X and put it in for m because it equals m. So I'm going to take 25 minus X plus, instead of S, 27 minus X plus X equals 33. Okay, now let's combine like terms. 25 plus 27 is 52. Negative, this is negative 1x plus negative 1x plus 1x. Well, negative 1 plus 1 cancels out, and I'm left with just minus 1x equals 33. Let's subtract 52 from both sides to isolate x, and I get negative 1x equals negative 19, so x equals 19. And y'all, that's my answer. Because remember, X is that how many signed up for all three. So I would say 19 signed up for all three. And with that, we can then find out how many just took other courses. So if I want to come back here and we say, okay, we know that math by itself, math plus X, which is 19, equals 25, that means M is 6. That means there were 6 students who took just math. That's it. And we can kind of go from there. It's a good time, right, of how this all works and how you can take what you know. We also could have used any of the rest of these because we had, you know, science and history. We had math and history. We could have done any of those and replaced variables to find pieces. So a little bit of a challenge problem because there was a little bit of solving equations involved and really understanding how all of these pieces go together.